All right. Well,
I have a quick question about Richard Lewis. You met him? What was he like? Because I've heard...
He's really suave, and he wears a lot of bright colors. Like he gets off stage and he's like, "Oh, get it off!" This black turtleneck, this trench coat. I can't. I can't remember. Like most of those guys, it was like I never wanted to be a nuisance. I remember Jon Stewart being really cool, like really nice, as you would imagine he would.
Yeah, he seems great.
Be. That sticks out in my head. I remember Bob Goldthwait being incredibly like forthcoming and talking to us. Tom Kenny, I remember giving me and Schraub like advice that I still give to young people creatively.
Oh, what is his advice? Become the voice of SpongeBob?
Yeah,
and then just break it in.
We asked him as a kind of a dipshit hacky question, which was what's your advice for young comics? And he said, go through your set list and cross off everything that didn't make you laugh out loud by yourself when you were writing it. And we were like, but that's like our whole And there is like one thing out of your first 10 minutes that's going to be that one thing. You got to ditch the other 9. And that's why Patton Oswalt is hysterical after all these decades of going through that. He does that every time.
Yeah.
He works that shit meticulously.
Yeah, because I've performed, you perform in places where, like Idaho and stuff, where people aren't going to, you just assume people are going to be a certain way. So I would go back to the jokes that don't make me laugh, but that work in every room.
Right, everyone. I mean, I'm saying got milk, but instead of milk, I'm saying poop.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard people laugh at that in that Piranha movie.
Yeah, got poop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That concept.
Exactly.
Of this will make other people laugh because the concept of comedy instead of you going like, here's a thing that I think is funny. It's a big mistake. That's not what anybody would. No one's going to buy a ticket to that. Even people who like watching Tim Allen's thing, whatever it's called, Man Zone. They feel like he's speaking from the heart and making himself laugh. Like that's just that. Like they wouldn't want him to like stop and go like everybody stop. What should Man Zone do next? Tweet to manzone.com and let me know. And I'll do whatever you want. And my mom would be like, fuck this guy.
The whole illusion is that you're just sort of speaking up there and you're not really speaking for the benefit of any person, but just for yourself.
Yeah.
And that would kill that. Although I would love if he did was once you know what? Fuck this. This is not who I am. I did cocaine really a lot for like 15 years. Don't you want to hear about that? I want to hear about that. Or
at least give yourself permission to do it, know? And it would be. It's weird, like when you hear those outtakes and you go on YouTube and you can type in like Thundercats, and you hear you hear the Thundercats guy going thunder, oh fuck. It's so fun, and like the guy from America's Funniest Videos. There's that reel of him going like, coming up next in America's Funniest Shit cunt. Fuck it. Fuck. You know what? Fuck this shit. Like it's I don't think there's anybody out there that's actually like not incredibly profane. It's really weird. This television, this concept of standards and practices. It's like, well, I don't want my kid to hear. Actually, it's not weird at all. It makes perfect sense. It's the lowest. It's the cleanest common denominator. It's like we all have to suffer because someone's 8-year-old kid might be watching.
Right, but that's it. I think 8 is the age where I think at 9 you're saying fuck so much already. Hearing other people say it, you're like, oh, I'm normal. Because I remember when I was 9, I would say fuck and then feel horribly guilty because I hadn't really heard that many people say it. But if my mom was also saying fuck, I'd be like, all right, this is fucking cool,
Oh God, there's so much beef fungus growing in my lungs. My head's gonna come off and turn into a spider.
Or maybe you get a superpower from this.
Maybe, probably a 1% chance of that. And if Darwin's.
Bill feels really bad. Bill, it's not funny if we eat the food and it's delicious. It's funny if there's fungus on it. and luckily that's what happened. So you contributed to the well-being of the show.
He should forgive himself, but at the same time, I mean, he went out on a limb.
He totally did.
Like everybody in the audience doesn't come with a bag full of perishable food.
Almost nobody ever does.
Yeah,
it's almost like there's a reason for it.
There was a moment when all of them were going, "Oh, should I be ashamed of myself because I didn't get up this morning and go what food am I going to bring to Harmontown?" That you gave them the pleasure of going like, "Oh, good, there's boundaries for a reason," you know.
You made them feel great. They had a whole arc in 5 minutes of I'm not that good. Oh no, I'm okay. Bill sucks. You're awesome, Bill.
He's a culinary Goldberg.
He's like Hulk. Everything I touch, I crush in my hand.